Hey everyone, welcome to week 2 of November 2021 Crafts for Adults. Thanks for joining us. This craft bag is available at the library right now, at least I hope it is. Supplies are limited, but you are welcome to give us a call and reserve a bag. There are 4 crafts in the November bags, and you'll get the supplies for all of them, as long as we have some left. So if you haven't gotten one already, give us a call and see if there are any left to come pick up. If you missed getting a craft bag this go round, don't worry, we're packing our holiday bags now and you'll have a second chance to grab some supplies to make the holiday projects. Also, the supplies we're using for all of these craft projects are pretty easy to find. So if you don't end up getting a craft bag from us, you can still use our tutorials to make these crafts at home. We're here to take you step by step through this week's craft, which is pumpkin garland. We are making pumpkin garland out of balloons. Did you know that that's what you were gonna get in this weird bag full of balloons and cotton balls? Well, they're gonna come together to make all sorts of fun pumpkins that if you have a mantle, you could string it on. I've seen people hang them up on their coat racks or like your little key rack entryway thing. Put it on a little shelf. We'll show you where we put ours here in the library. And we're gonna make this project today. So if we get a little closer, we can see that it is in fact an orange balloon. And we have our, not everybody has green twine for their garland part. There's some like burlappy or regular, what do you call that, jute or something out there. But this is this guy, this is floral tape here, and there's a pipe cleaner to make the curly Q stem, and some string. And you've got your cute little balloon pumpkins. This idea was actually sent to me by a friend of mine. Then she thought that it would be cute for us to do for one of these crafts, and I agreed. So here we are. So we're gonna make a bunch of fun pumpkins that we can then have on a cute garland. First things first, I'll show you what's in our bag, and I'm showing you to make sure that you have the same things and that you got everything. And also, if you didn't get a craft bag and you want to craft along, this is the supplies that you'll need. We have pipe cleaners. I think we have 8 of them because we're going to need 1 pipe cleaner for each pumpkin. 2, 4, 6, 8 pipe cleaners. These are going to be our stems. It doesn't really matter what color pipe cleaner you use because it's all going to get covered up by the floral tape. Next, we have a ton of string. We should have 8 pieces of this string. Pull it out of your bag very carefully so as not to tangle the string. We have this weird like cone of string that comes in 4 strands at a time. So you can see we've got like 4 strands here. That's just how it is. We've had this string forever. We use it a lot. I'm grateful for it. So you should have 2 sections of 4 little strings. We're gonna put those aside. You should also have some glue that we've put in a little Ziploc container because we're nervous that it will leak. So hopefully yours hasn't leaked. And if it does, hopefully it's in the plastic bag. If you need more glue, come let us know. We've got glue. Also, you should have a long, either green or brown string. This is what we're gonna make our garland out of. So you should have I think this is 9 feet long. So you should have that. You should also have 8 orange balloons. These are gonna be our pumpkins. You should have a paintbrush. This is what we're gonna apply our glue to our pumpkin with. Should have a bunch of floral tape. We have a 12-inch packet and a 24-inch packet. So the longer ones are the 24 inches and the shorter ones are the 12 inches. And we'll be using those for different purposes. One's for the stem and one's for the base for that little, I don't know, the leafy part of the pumpkin. Then you should have just a load of cotton balls, because that's the bulk of our pumpkin. We're filling it with cotton balls. So you should have a mountain of cotton balls that one of our librarians painstakingly counted 100 cotton balls for each craft bag. She's not happy about it, but she did it and we're grateful. So thanks to her for counting our cotton balls, and she's hoping we don't have any plans for cotton ball crafts in the future. So get those, put those aside, and we're ready to build a pumpkin. So the following instructions you're going to want to do 8 times so that you have 8 pumpkins to put on your garland. So I'm going to show you one. Oh, I don't think I brought scissors. I'm going to have to go get scissors. You'll also need scissors. Just a sec. So scissors are not included in your packets, so if you have those at home, you can bring those out now. If you don't have scissors, we can loan you scissors too to complete this project. But we didn't include them in the bags because I think people got overwhelmed with the amount of scissors we were handing out in the bags. So use your own scissors. So the first thing we're gonna do is take one of our orange balloons, and we are going to cut the neck of our balloon off so that this ribbed like band at the top is gone, but we're not going to cut it all the way at the bottom. We're going to cut it about halfway because some of that will serve to anchor our stem in. So if I hold my balloon a little bit like this, I'm going to cut about this much off. It's about halfway between the neck of the balloon and the base. So just chop it off if you have better scissors than mine. So cut that off, and now it's going to be a little bit easier to open the balloon and insert the stuffing because you don't have to worry about that band at the top. So that's what you're gonna do. Stick your fingers in your balloon and open it up nice and wide. Now if you have a buddy that you're crafting with at home, you can have your buddy put your cotton balls inside your balloon. But if you don't, I just pinched mine open with 2 fingers like this and stuffed my cotton balls inside. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna take 12 cotton balls, and they're all gonna go inside this balloon. So I'm gonna take 2 at a time, and I'm gonna try to distribute them sort of evenly. So 2 is gonna go in here, just push them down in the bottom, and then 2 more, I'm gonna try to focus on the side over here. 2 more, I'm gonna push on the other side over there, and keep stuffing those cotton balls in there until they're all in. Now it looks a little weird. I'm gonna leave my thumb in there while I let the balloon close up on itself. Now it looks like I hurt myself like in those cartoons. And I'm gonna use my thumb to sort of manipulate the cotton balls inside the balloon so that they're more evenly distributed and a little flatter and more pumpkin shaped. So you can see it's a little lumpy bumpy, but that's okay because we're gonna put those strings on it and then it'll look a little bit more like a pumpkin. I also like to use this opportunity to sort of make a hole in between all the cotton balls so that I have somewhere to insert my pipe cleaner. So then I can pull my thumb out and I have this little drop looking shape and I'm ready to do my stem. Grab a pipe cleaner and we're gonna take this guy and fold it in half like that. And then I'm going to take the end that we've folded and I'm going to insert it down the neck of the balloon, kind of into that hole we pressed with our thumb. I'm going to kind of poke around, and then you can see I've met the bottom of the balloon because you can see the pipe cleaner poking through there. And there's that. And then we kind of just pull this orange bit up around the pipe cleaner. So now we have, it does not look anything like a pumpkin yet, but this is our starting point. Now you're gonna go after 1 strand of that string from the bundle we gave you. So grab your string packet and carefully separate 1 strand from the rest of the bundle. Set this aside so that it doesn't get all tangled up and crazy. So we have 1 string now, and we're gonna take the end of that string and I'm gonna lay it across my pumpkin like this so that the tail hangs off there. The tail is up here and the rest of the string is down here, and then I can sort of pinch the balloon and the pipe cleaner and the string all under my thumb here and pinched together the rest of my hand. Then I'm going to take the remainder of the string and start wrapping it around the base of the pumpkin and the pipe cleaners. And I think I figured out if you do about 15 twists, it stays pretty good. So I had about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, this is pretty sturdy. This is gonna stay pretty good. And we can begin stretching our string around our pumpkin to make the little pumpkin divots that you see on real pumpkins. So I'm gonna squash my pumpkin a little flatter like that. It's looking good so far. And then I'm gonna stretch my string on the balloon and pull nice and tight so it creates a little pucker there and around behind. And then when I get here, I'm gonna press down with my thumb so my string doesn't go anywhere and wrap that string around the stem so that it stays in place. Make sure you're tugging on it nice. So you should have a section on both sides that you've created so far. Then I'm gonna turn 90 degrees, I guess, and we're gonna cut the pumpkin in half the opposite way with the string. Oops, here. Cut the pumpkin in half the opposite way. Keep going, drag it around, and then you can wrap around the stem again to keep it all in place. Now we're gonna cut each of those sections in half again. We should have 4 sections. So cut this section in half and pull it around the other side. Turn it around the stem to keep it in place. And then I have one more section to cut. Wrap it around the stem, and then I just take the rest of the string and continue wrapping around and around and around until all my string is used up. Now we're at the end and we're going to tie it off. So we have all of our pumpkin sections created, and I'm going to make a little loop with my yarn and my thumb here, and we're going to tie it off. And then I just make one more for good luck. Tie it off. You can tie this off however you like. It doesn't have to be super sturdy because we're gonna get ready to cover it in glue and floral tape. So still doesn't really look like a pumpkin, yeah? We're getting there. So then I take the rest of both of my strings and just sort of get them out of the way here. They will be all hidden by our floral tape very soon. So this is where you should be at. Make sure the pipe cleaner isn't poked too far down that it's creating a divot. And we should have this cute little pumpkin form here. Some of my strings got a little out of control, but you might be able to manipulate them a little bit. Move them over so that they're a little more even. There we go. So once you have it the way you like it, we can put our green stuff on. All right, for this you're gonna need one of the 24-inch pieces of floral tape, so find the longer baggie of floral tapes and pull one of those out. That'd be this guy. He's the nice long one, 24 inches here. So lay your floral tape at the base of the pumpkin, like this. And then we're gonna start wrapping around, and once you catch that tail, it becomes easier to wrap that floral tape around. But I'm concentrating really hard on pressing that floral tape into the very base of that pumpkin so that we can't see any orange when we come and make our little leafy part. And then we'll start working our way up the rest of the stem. So keep twisting. It needs to be firm, but you don't have to squeeze it too tight. We're just trying to hide all of the color. So we don't want to see any of the orange or the white pipe cleaner. Once I get to the top, I do a couple extra twists, and then I use my scissors to snip off any excess you might have. And then I just keep twisting until it's nice and pressed in. It doesn't have to be glued, it kind of sticks to itself. So just give it a good squeeze, and there we have our stem. It looks kind of crazy right now. There's some options for the stem that we'll talk about in a minute, but this is what it should look like so far. Now it's time for that glue and the paintbrush. So what I did was grab a glob of glue on your paintbrush. This is tacky glue, it's not Elmer's glue, so it's a little thicker. And paint some glue all around the base of your pumpkin. This glue does dry clear, so if you're worried about gluing outside of the lines, that's all right. So I smear a good amount of paint all around the base here. Sorry, this is glue, not paint. Until he looks kind of like that, nice and gluey. And then we're gonna grab a 12-inch section, so a shorter section of our floral tape. And this is the part that's a little bit tricky. We're gonna do some pleating sort of things to get our pumpkin look. So we're gonna press our floral tape down into the glue, but then we're gonna fold the floral tape back on itself like that and press down. And then we're gonna scooch over and once again fold the floral tape back on itself and press down, all the while keeping it close to the stem. Move, fold it back on itself to create those little pleats, And you're gonna do that all the way around the base of the pumpkin. Now when you get to the end, you can chop off your excess. And then we're gonna go back with some glue, and I'm gonna put some underneath that end flap that we had there. And then I'm also gonna return and put some glue under each flap of the pleat and press down. This is less messy when you can look at what you're doing. All right, once it's all gluey, give it a little press, make sure it's all gonna stay down there. I like to use my fingernails. My fingernails don't like me to use them, but there we go. Like I said, the glue is gonna dry clear. So we have our little pumpkin head that looks a little nuts right now because it's not dry, but it will look lovely just once it's clear. Also when you can not have to look at the camera. So there's our pumpkin. Now you can do a couple things. You can use the end of your paintbrush, a pencil, any long stick-like thing to coil the end of your pumpkin stem, or you can just use your fingers like I'm gonna do, or you can cut your pumpkin stems short if you prefer that look. You can do whatever you want. Just keep in mind that if you cut them short, leave enough length so that you can fold it in half to make a short stem, because you're gonna want something there to hang on your garland. If you cut the stem too short and don't leave like a hook portion, then you won't have anything to, your garland is it's gonna fall right off. So what I did is I just started bending my little stem. It's a pipe cleaner, so it bends very nicely into a little coil. And then I just keep following it down until it gets to where I like it, like that. And then I have a little curly Q pumpkin stem. And then I can hang it from my garland real nice, just like that. So you're gonna wanna make 7 more pumpkins so that you have 8 in total to go on your garland. Then you can grab the 9 feet of cord that you have in your packet, whether it's brown or green, and I left 6 inches empty to start with, and then I spaced each pumpkin out by a foot. So leave about 6 inches, and then you can tie on your first pumpkin, and I just sort of threaded it around the little coil there, and around we go. Tie just a normal overhand knot. There's a lot of grip on this string, so I just did 1 knot, but you can do whatever you like. And now he is attached to the garland. I do recommend that you let your pumpkins dry before you attach them to your garland, but this is just for your benefit. So do that 7 more times. I'd space the next one out 1 foot. You can grab a ruler or you can eyeball it if you feel brave. And then tie your next pumpkin on right here. And when you're done, you will have a cute garland of pumpkins. Now, you can continue to embellish this project by adding some leaves, or maybe you want to change out and put some little ghosties on it for Halloween. That's what we're doing right now. I know it's like November, so it's like Thanksgiving. Or you could put turkeys in there. Anything you like. But I think these are adorable. They're pretty easy to make, really inexpensive to get some balloons and some cotton balls. Boy, did we have cotton balls here at the library doing this project, and I hope you enjoy it. So send us pictures of anything that you've made. I'd love to see the completed results from you guys, or how you made it your own. Don't feel like you can't share your photos with us because maybe you did something different. I did experiment with using some yellow ones, and they ended up looking kind of like tomatoes. So I don't know, if you want to get some green, yellow, and red, you could make like a summery tomato garland for your kitchen or something. That sounds fun. So if you end up changing some of the directions, don't be shy, share them with us. We'd love to see whatever you've done with them. It's just fun to interact with you guys. So there is pumpkin garland for Thanksgiving. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. There's another craft coming up next week with Miranda. She's got some fun stuff planned, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Like I said, if you haven't already gotten a craft bag, stop by and see if there are any left. If not, keep your eyes peeled in December when we release our holiday bags. We've also got a lot of other content here on YouTube. We have some podcasts and some crochet videos and other craft tutorials from past crafts that maybe we don't have the craft bags for anymore, but you can still watch and see if there are any fun ideas you'd like to try at home. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Bye!